Every single light goal that I throw at you guys destroy all of them without a doubt. So today, I'm gonna be giving you part 12 of What If Naruto was Madara's grandson, guys. And light goal for this one's gonna be 205. Get this one to over 205 and you'll be getting part 13 as soon as possible, guys. And comment down below and tell me what you think of this What If, and if there's anything you want me to change. And if you're a new subscriber, comment down below and tell me. I'll be replying to you. I love to talk to you guys and interact with you guys. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Start the intro. So, basically, I'll have to recap from the last part. Naruto came there, and Naruto totally dominated. Yes, he dominated Haku. Naruto beat Haku to a pulp, and Naruto has his sword. Naruto was like 100 times stronger than Haku in basic skills and ninja fighting and everything. But Haku didn't die. Naruto walked over and saw Haku on the ground with worries and everything in his eyes. He was worried about Zabuza, even though he was close to death himself, because Naruto was standing above him and Naruto could end him at any moment. Haku was thinking in his head, "Sorry, Zabuza, I simply cannot defeat this boy." He looks up at Naruto one more time, then he closed his eyes and he was like accepting his fate for Naruto to kill him. After Haku closed his eyes, he felt something around his neck. Naruto grabbed the boy by his throat and slammed him down into the concrete. Naruto looks at him and Haku can see Naruto's eyes are just so cold, like he would just kill him in any second. Naruto then say, "Why would you work for Zabuza?" Haku then smiled. Then he decided to tell Naruto, "Back when I was a child." Naruto then heard something clash in the mist. It was Zabuza and Kakashi, and Zabuza cried out. Naruto then squeezed Haku's neck and said, "I need the short version, Haku. I do not have the time or the patience." Naruto flinged him right into the concrete again. Well, you see, Haku would take a little time to get up. He is my precious person. Naruto thought to himself, "Precious person? That is nothing to me." Naruto's thought was cut off very quickly when he heard something like 1,000 birds chirping. He looks over and saw that Kakashi was charging his lightning blade, and Zabuza was held down by about 5 dogs with bandanas. The dogs were Kakashi's ninja dogs. Kakashi then said to Zabuza, "Zabuza, surrender. I will not ask again." Zabuza shouted out, "Never!" as he tried to struggle and get out of his bindings, but it was too hard even for him. Kakashi then sighed before he disappeared out of sight. Naruto then looked down at Haku and saw the desperate and the pleading in his eyes. Naruto then crossed his arms and closed his eyes, and then he spoke, "Go save him, but you know, he's just going to die by Kakashi or my hands." Haku was shocked by what he just heard Naruto said, but he spared no time and he quickly ran off in the direction of Kakashi and Zabuza. He saw Kakashi was about to kill Zabuza. He jumped in the way and spread his arms, standing right in front of Zabuza. Kakashi was unable to stop in time, and the lightning blade burst right through Haku's chest. Haku fell down to the ground as his pain was too overwhelming. He fell down to the ground. Then Zabuza smirked at Kakashi and said, "It seems that I got a really good tool." As he take the blade off of his back, because the dogs they has already let go and they has disappeared. Because they has this spell, because they thought that Zabuza would have died, but Haku jumped in the way. So he take the blade off of his back and swing it at Kakashi and end up cutting Kakashi. He looks at Haku on the ground and said, "Kakashi, I got a good tool and my tool just protected me, so you failed to kill me." Then Zabuza heard a voice said, "He was a tool?" Yes, he was a good tool, but a tool who just risked his life for you. Before Zabuza could even do anything, he felt something pierce right through his heart. When he looked down, he saw a katana. It was Naruto's sword. This is your end, because Naruto pierced the sword right through Zabuza's heart. Naruto pulled it out, and Zabuza's lifeless body dropped on the ground. Naruto then looked around and saw everyone look at it with a shocked expression on their faces. Then he turned and faced Kakashi and said, "You know I saved your life, right, Kakashi Sensei? You owe me a treat." "Thank you, Naruto," Kakashi said. "I'll treat you later." After about 2 seconds at last, everyone heard a laughter, and they turned to see someone standing there. The person then shouted, "Look at the big demon now, just a pile of ash." The person started to laugh. The mist was covering the person, but when it cleared, Kakashi and Asuma turned around. Their eyes were widened when they recognized the person with a hilt in his left hand. It was Ricochet Aoi. He was a Jonin from the Hidden Rain, and a missing ninja from the Hidden Leaf was holding the legendary treasure of the second Hokage. With an army of leads, 200 people behind them, Asuma then thought to himself, "No, this is bad. Me and Kakashi are both wounded. We cannot take them on right now," he thought to himself. "Would you look at that?" Aoi started to laugh even better. "This is my lucky day. When I took this mission, I was just here to collect the bounty on Zabuza's head. But now I get Asuma and Sharingan Kakashi as my trophies. This is really my lucky day." He started to laugh even more. "Ricochet Aoi, and you, traitor of the leaf, you two are overestimating yourself," Kakashi said as he took his time to get up. Because Zabuza has really used his sword and cut him, he was injured. Aoi just gave out a laugh and said, "Maybe if you weren't injured, and because of your previous battle, all of your chakra must be drained right now." He looked at Kakashi and said, "And we have the legendary the tool of the second Hokage. So how in the world do you think you can win?" Suddenly, a vortex opened between the two of them and someone stepped out. He was dressed in black and he had a white mask. "Hello, Kakashi. Nice to see you again." It was Ryu. Kakashi looked at him and said, "What are you doing here?" "Who the hell are you?" Aoi demanded to know because he was angry because someone interrupted his fun of killing Kakashi and Asuma. "Ricochet Aoi, you are pathetic. Even with that sword, you're still weak," Ryu said. "I will show you how powerful I am, boy," Ricochet said. He raised his sword and suddenly lightning exploded from the hilt. Then he pointed towards all of them. Then he suddenly attacked. He ran straight towards Ryu with the powered up sword and he impaled it right through his chest. He was going to laugh and mock Ryu because now he's dead, but he was suddenly shocked. No words were coming out of his mouth when he saw Ryu standing there and acting like nothing happened. The lightning sword was coming out of his back, but there was no blood. He was wondering what the hell is going on. What is this supposed to do? Kill me? Ryu said in a boring tone. He seemed perfectly fine. AOI took step backs and he was in fear. He gasped. What the hell are you? Then Ryu turned at him and said, "Oh, I am Ryu and your soon to be executioner." Suddenly Ryu vanished and he was behind him. He slapped the sword off his hand and grabbed it by its hilt. He didn't even give the man a chance to recover or move. He used the weapon and separated his head from his body. His body fell to the ground with his head neatly cut off. Everyone down there was scared of this kid's speed. They all thought the same thing. How was he so fast? And when they look at him, he looks like a mere kid because his shape and his figure. Sasuke and Choji has awoken to see this fight. Who is he? The both of them said loudly. Asuma then said, he isn't an ordinary shinobi. I never thought that someone could be this skilled and fast at the same time. His speed is like faster than the fourth Hokage. It all happened so fast. Kakashi's Sharingan eye could barely keep up with Ryu movements. Ryu then moves again and he was gone. He then killed the other missing ninja from the Leaf Village. Everyone was shocked, and the 200 man behind them then shouted and said, "That prick, he just killed our man, let's kill him." Then Ryu suddenly vanished and Team 7 and the rest of them from the Hidden Leaf has to worry about these 200 men because they all had a weapon and they looked very insane. And then everyone heard something like a Shidori or the lightning blade was building. And they turned around to see Ryu with some kind of black lightning coming off of his arms, his legs, and they was wondering what the hell kind of attack is this. Everyone was shocked to find out what kind of jutsu is this. Ryu lifted the second Hokage's weapon up and said the weapon is strong as its wielder. He sent a black lightning into the sword and he changed the blade color from yellow to black. He looks at all the thugs and he smiled devilly. "Let's dance, shall we? The dance of death." He disappeared in a thunderous speed and appeared behind the thugs. He started to cut them down one by one. And it was pretty easy because the speed that he was moving, they could barely see him. He was moving like the wrath of a thunder god. After Kakashi and his team, everyone suddenly blinked. All they could see is black lightning everywhere, and all of the thugs were dead on the ground with pools of blood surrounding them. Ryu then turned around and see all the dead bodies of the thugs. He deactivated the sword and sealed it into a scroll. Then he turned around and looked at all the thugs and said, "Great fire release, fire destruction," and he lets out a menacing red fire and burns the bodies to a crisp. After he finished this, he disappeared in crows. Then he appeared in front of Kakashi and the whole team. "Who are you?" Sasuke demanded. He was angry and jealous, but it was not like he was going to admit that. "It is not time for your jealousy, Sasuke," Kakashi said. "We are in no condition to fight him. He could kill us at any moment," Kakashi said without taking his eyes off Ryu. Asuma thought in his head, "As this Uchiha lost his mind? Stupid Sasuke," because they all was in shock and fear how this person moved and how skilled he was. You cannot demand something from someone like him, Shikamaru thought as he was cursing at Sasuke. Is he stupid? Even Choji was wondering. Sakura and Ino and Tezuno, they all looked at Ryu with fears in their eyes. If he moved towards them, they would started to shake. But he was just standing there. Suddenly, the two girls, the burn of human flesh that Ryu just burned all of the humans, reached their noses. They couldn't take it anymore. They ran to the bushes and they started to throw up. And then Ryu looked at Sasuke and said, My, aren't you brave, or are you just simply stupid? You're certainly the weakest Uchiha I know. What did you just say? Sasuke asked angrily, gritting his teeth. You are the weakest in all of us, Ryu said, showing his Sharingan to Sasuke. Every one of them was in shock. The Sharingan? All of them was shocked. And the fake wood clone Naruto was right there too, but he was just playing along with the act because he know that is real Naruto. Wait, are you an Uchiha? Sasuke asked as he just found out that another member of his clan, except for Itachi, is still alive. You could say that, Ryu said as he smirked, but I am more than just that. I am the grandson of Uchiha Madara. Asuma and Kakashi, all of the two of them were thinking out of this world. What the hell is going on? Impossible, Asuma said. Madara died a long time ago. He never had a child. He was killed by the first Hokage in the battle on the Valley of the End. And even if he had a child, you couldn't be his grandson. You're so young. You looked about 16 years old. Your history is false. Let me tell you about the real history, Ryu said. My grandfather didn't die at that battle. He was still alive after that. He went into hiding to heal himself. Later, several years, he met my grandmother, and together the both of them had a daughter, my mother. Kakashi looked at Ryu, even with his mask on his face. Kakashi looked shocked, his eyes were shocked. Kakashi then thought to himself, if he's really Madara's grandson, then he wants a nine-tail. That is why he's teaching Naruto how to control him. Because up to this point, Kakashi thought that Ryu was teaching Naruto. Kakashi's thought was cut off when he heard someone said, Grandpa, it was the bridge builder's grandson. He saw Inari and all of the people of the village marching on the bridge. They all was holding kitchen weapons like knife, forks and everything. They all came here to fight and get rid of Gato because Inari has inspired all of them even though he's such a young kid. You are too late. The battle is over, Naruto said. What? Someone in the crowd shouted. Where is Gato? Oh, I know where he is. Ryu then spoke. Everyone turned to Ryu and saw a vortex suddenly appeared in front of him. Gato's body then dropped out of it. He was still alive and he was conscious. Ryu grabbed him by the collar of his coat and lifted him to the air, and he flinged him toward the citizens. Ryu then sank into the ground. Then he rose up next to Zabuza's body. Seeing Ryu get so close, even closer, right to Zabuza's body, Kakashi then turned around and he grabbed Naruto's hand and he jumped back and put Naruto behind him and said, What do you want, Ryu? Ryu then looked at Kakashi and said, Oh, I want this. Then he picked up Zabuza's executioner blade and put it over his shoulder. Goodbye, Kakashi. Then he disappeared and he appeared right behind Kakashi and he whispered something into his ears, and Kakashi's eyes widened because his two eyes was open right now. What? Kakashi said. He quickly turned around to ask Ryu a question. But when he turned, there was no sight of Ryu. Damn it, Kakashi said. He got away so fast. If this is true, then the Leaf Village is in a deep trouble, Kakashi said to himself. But guys, I'm gonna end right here. If you want the next part of this, remember to get this one to over 205 likes, and you'll be getting the next part soon as possible. I'm gonna end this right here, guys. Sorry for making this episode so short, but I'm gonna be end right here, guys. I'll make the next one much longer. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.